guys, how are you? I hope you're all okay. Welcome in my first video. My name is Min and I'll be your guide through your crochet journey. Today we'll go through all the equipment you'll need before we start the journey. So first, before we know the equipment you need to be sorted into your houses because crochet has different types. But the four most important ones are Tunisian crochet, micro crochet, plushies and amigurumi, and garment and granny squares. So in my channel we are going to focus on garment and granny squares, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to help you through the equipment you'll need for the other types. So first we need to talk about hooks. Hooks are going to be our magical ones through our journey. So there are different types of hooks. There are plastic hooks, wood hooks, bamboo, steel, and steel with rubber handle. You can choose whatever type you want. I would advise you to get a steel with rubber handle because it's easy to use and it doesn't really hurt your hand, but you can choose whatever you want. Just get the hook you feel comfortable using. No matter material it is, you can get two types, an inline hook and a tapered hook. The difference between the two is that the inline one is used for working in rows or if you're in need of easy insertion. No, tapered one is for rounded shapes like hats or amigurumi, and it's really used for an easy and smooth transition between stitches. So there are different sizes of hooks. They go between 2 and 30 millimeters. As for micro crochet, it goes from 0.4 to 0.6 millimeters because it's really tiny. That's the difference between micro crochet and regular crochet, I guess. It's the size of the hook. For Tunisian crochet, there is a slight change or a slight difference in hooks. For Tunisian crochet, you'll need a longer hook like this because in Tunisian crochet we work in rows, so you need to go back and forth. That's why you'll need a really long hook if you're making a really long project. As for Let's talk about yarn. Yarn has lots of types. There is acrylic, wool, cotton, alpaca, mohair, silk, cashmere, and bamboo. So, acrylic is really affordable and has lots of colors, which makes it really famous. There is wool, which is natural and warm if you want to make projects for winter. There is cotton, which is breathable and soft. There is alpaca, natural and lightweight. There is mohair, soft and fluffy. There is silk, which is smooth and luxurious. It looks really fancy. There is cashmere, it's natural, soft, and warm. And finally, bamboo, which is natural, eco-friendly, and breathable. Now, there are 6 sizes of yarn. There is lace, which is really fine and delicate. There is fingering, which is used usually for socks and delicate garments. There is sports, which is used for baby clothes and lightweight sweaters. There is worsted, which is medium weight. Bulky, which is thick and is used usually for blankets and winter wear. And finally, super bulky, which is very thick and heavy. For scissors, we're gonna need a pair of scissors to cut the yarn. It can be any shape, it can be any type. It just needs to serve the purpose, cutting the yarn. Now let's move on to stitch markers. What are stitch markers to begin with? Stitch markers are used to mark where you left off in your work. You can use lots of things as stitch markers, but this is what we call a stitch marker. You can use a bobby pin, you can use paper clips. I'm gonna show you how. So this something I started, and this is where I left off in my work. So I need to mark it, so next time I come, the work is not undone. So I'm going to take this stitch marker, we open it, and we get it inside. This way, it will never get undone, as you can see. So next time when I want to finish this work, I'll just have to remove the stitch marker and go on. Right there, there's my stitch. You can use bobby pins as well. I'm sorry, it's not working. There you go. It's not coming undone. Or you can use paper clips. There you go. You can use lots of things as stitch markers. It just needs to serve the purpose of a stitch marker. Now let's talk about the tapestry needle. I know I forgot to mention it in the equipment list, but here it is. This is a tapestry needle. It can be plastic or it can be steel. So the purpose of this tool is to weave in the ends of your work. Let me show you an example. This is a square I made, and I haven't weaved in the ends yet. So I'm going to do this with you to show you how you do it. Right. This is the back of the project. This is the front. So I'll need to work on the back. I'll go through the first stitch. Like this. Then through the second. Don't worry if it gets out of the needle. It's because the thread or the yarn is too small, it's too short. So we get it again and go through the third stitch. If the yarn gets too short, like if you can't get it through the needle, you can get the needle through the stitch, then you can put the yarn like this and pull through. Now we pull the yarn through 4 stitches. This is the first 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we go back. As you see, first we were going through these both loops. Now we'll go through one like this in the second stitch, just one loop. The third stitch too. Now we can cut the rest because our square or our yarn is secured. We weaved in the end. That's how you use a tapestry needle or a yarn needle. Now let's move on to the additional tools you could need or you could work with. They're not really necessary, so they're just additional, but you could get them if you want. So you'll need a sketchbook to sketch all your projects, your future projects, or things you're working on. These are the things I want to make. You see, these are the projects I'm working on right now. This is a crop top I'm working on. So you can use it to sketch or to write the pattern, maybe a pencil or a pen to write down things you need. Amigurumi, mate, there are a few additional tools you may need, such as toy stuffing, because if you want to make stuffed toys, you need toy stuffing, obviously. And you may need toy safety eyes. If you want to make plushies or animals, you may need to give them eyes, so you'll need toy safety eyes. You could use measuring tape to measure, to get the proper measurements for your project. For example, if you want to make a crop top, you need to measure your chest or your bust so it could fit you. If you want to make a sweater or a cardigan, you can measure the clothes that you have that fit you or that you want the project you make to look like, or if you want the size to be like the clothes you own. So this is what you're gonna need to start learning. Make sure to get at least these so we can start learning quickly. I hope this video was up to your liking. Please like and subscribe to know when the basics video will come out. Bye!